Hurricane Melissa is now a Category 4 major hurricane with 145-mile-per-hour winds, 165-mile-per-hour gusts, westerly moving at 5 miles per hour, and a minimum central pressure of 933 millibars as of the 7 p.m. update. Here I'm going to give you the latest updates on the impacts and the track of Hurricane Melissa. Melissa is expected to become a Category 5 hurricane as we go into 1 p.m. tomorrow afternoon with 160-mile-per-hour winds and 195-mile-per-hour gusts as it begins to make that curve to the north towards Jamaica. And we could be looking at a Category 5 landfall as we go into early morning Tuesday with 160-mile-per-hour winds and 195-mile-per-hour gusts. As of 1 a.m., this will be still offshore, but I think landfall will happen sometime Tuesday morning, probably between like 5 a.m. and about 12 p.m. across now western Jamaica. And we're looking at a Category 4 hurricane situated right over the heart of Jamaica as we go into 1 p.m. Tuesday afternoon with 130-mile-per-hour winds and 160-mile-per-hour gusts. This is going to bring historic, devastating impacts, unfortunately, to my friends in Jamaica. We're going to be seeing undescribable amounts of damage, and I'm going to say no more because this pretty much speaks for itself, having a Category 5 landfall in Jamaica. We're going to have the strongest landfall in history in the island of Jamaica if this makes landfall as a Category 5. Then after that, we're looking at a Category 3 landfall in southeastern Cuba with 120-mile-per-hour winds and 150-mile-per-hour gusts as we go into 1 a.m. Wednesday morning. Then a Category 2 as Melissa moves through the Turks and Caicos as we go into 1 p.m. Wednesday afternoon with 105-mile-per-hour winds and 125-mile-per-hour gusts. And we could even see a fourth landfall in Bermuda as we go into Thursday night and Friday morning as a 90-mile-per-hour Cat 1 hurricane with 115-mile-per-hour gusts. So taking a look at the latest watches and warnings, we have a hurricane warning continuing for Jamaica. Hurricane warnings issued now for southeastern Jamaica. Tropical storm warnings continue for southwestern Haiti, as well as a hurricane watch. And tropical storm warnings for a sliver of southeastern central Cuba. Looking at our latest tracks, hurricane model tracks are in agreement now in a landfall in western Jamaica in about 48 hours, then move across southeastern Cuba in 72 hours, as well as the southeastern Bahamas, western Turks and Caicos in about a little over 72 hours. Looking at our rainfall accumulations, this is very important, especially for Jamaica. If you live in the red shade areas, you're looking at 12 to 16 inches or 300 to 400 millimeters of rainfall. If you live across the maroon shade areas, you're looking at 16 to 20 inches or 400 to 500 millimeters of rainfall, now projected across southeastern Cuba and western Jamaica. If you live in the pink shade area, you're looking at 20 to 30 inches or 500 to 750 millimeters of rainfall for the majority of the island of Jamaica, now in the pink shade area. And this small purple shade area, we could be seeing over 30 inches of rainfall or over 750 millimeters of rainfall across far eastern Jamaica, possibly up to 40 inches of rainfall or 1,000 millimeters could fall in far eastern Jamaica from Hurricane Melissa, creating a historic flash flooding, historic devastation from flash flooding, unfortunately, across eastern Jamaica. This includes Kingston. Kingston, you could see between 20 and 30 inches to 500 and 750 millimeters of rainfall in Kingston, Jamaica. So make sure you're making your last minute preparations for Melissa is all I can say at this point. Taking a look at our probabilities for hurricane force winds across the island of Jamaica, we're now at 70 to 80% chance of seeing hurricane force winds sustained across central and western Jamaica now up to a 40% chance, 30 to 40% chance in southern Cuba and southeastern areas of the Bahamas. This will only increase as Hurricane Melissa gets closer to landfall. So if you live in Jamaica, make sure you're making your last minute preparations for a major hurricane landfall as we go into early Tuesday morning. Same with southeastern Cuba. Make sure you're making last minute preparations for a major hurricane landfall as we go into Wednesday morning. Thanks for watching. Please stay safe and have a wonderful evening, my friends.